This is the one we've been waiting for. The Queen Elizabeth, the best of the best lining up in this. Definitely the race of the year so far.
No doubt, and I've got no words. I can't wait for it. I don't care how much it rains. I do not care. I'm going to be trackside, heavy 10 as we know. But it is, as you're about to point out, Hamo, an interesting barrier start.
Yeah, small field, so the barrier's not absolutely vital, and we'll look where they're starting from soon. But not a big straight run at all, so they need to get into their position. So I'm going to point out the key barriers then turn you loose on this settle grid. So you got Zaki, beautifully drawn to go forward. Animo in the middle, very elegant out there. And then Jewis, who will probably go back to last from the outside.
All right, I want on this record right now, Hamo, I haven't been this excited about a particular race since the 2002 Ladbrokes Cox Plate.
Go Northerly!
Yep, Sunline. Lonhro was in there. Grandera for the Godolphin Blue. It was great at the atmosphere, at the amphitheatre at Moonee Valley, but this has me as pumped. Let's work through it. Any question, hit me.
Well, firstly, Jewis we know is going to get back. So I want to get into the big three here. You've got Zaki, very elegant, and Animo. Where do they settle?
All right, Zaki will lead. Just control the race. Dalasan and Montefilia both drawn inside it. Dalasan will go forward. Montefilia will take time for her to be able to be midfield. But Zaki will come straight over and control the race. Even if Dalasan does push up, I think we'll be there. Mount Popper from one of the wider gates will come over. Think It Over will camp just behind the leaders with Montefilia. I'm Thunderstruck. Will just take its time as well. This is the big question mark. Animo went forward in the Guineas and bolted in. We know that, but it was a weirdly run race and it wasn't ran overly fast and very elegant. There was a school of thought that just maybe went back a pair too far back when couldn't run down Montefilia. But you know what? This is her grand final, so don't look too deeply into that. But you don't want to be giving Jamie Carr and Zaki at the 600-metre mark any type of massive head start, because as she just starts to say to the big boy, let's bounce this and let's see if they can run us down, you don't want to be 6, 7, 8 lengths at the top of the straight trying to run down the force that he is. So you just want to get your horse in rhythm in a nice enough spot so at the 600 you're rolling. So Animo will obviously very elegant. Get on the back of one. They won't get stuck 3 wide. These are the best jockeys in the world. All right, definitely Australia and, maybe the world. And then Duis is going to be coming down the outside. But big boy Zaki sets the race up and the others just have to find a spot so they're not trying to go, hey, you know what? We're 10 lengths off the lead.
Not a lot of change in the markets. Very elegant. You could get better early in the week. Still a solid $3 favourite. Animo getting out a bit. I'm Thunderstruck. A little nibble at the big odds. Time for your tips. 3 of your all-time favourites here. Where are you going?
I know. I'm going with Zaki because I just think we'll control the race. The All-Star Mile form was, it stood up in the best way last week in the Doncaster, and he did that second up into a mile. He will most certainly control the race and win, and I'm Thunderstruck. Come out, of course, of that Doncaster, pulled up a treat, and I'm looking to run top 3, and I'm 5 out of 5 confidence, because I think Carr is a superstar, same as Zaki.
That's almost arrogance to go a 5 out of 5.
Hey, Zaki's an arrogant horse. I'm just jumping on that bandwagon.
Nature Strip delivered on the big stage yet again last week, and I think the Queen can do it very elegant, but respect to the others, I'm only going to go a 4 out of 5. Can the Queen do it? Will it be Animo? What about Zaki? Leave your thoughts below. Now for the Australian Oaks, 2,400 metres and $1 million.
2019, very elegant one this race, Hamo.
Well, I want to get straight into the settle grid. Now they start in front of the crowd about halfway down the straight. Where are the big names going to get to? Hinged, Honey Creeper, very well backed. We'll look at that in a moment. And Gypsy Goddess. All
right, 2,400 metres, 3-year-old fillies. So the jocks have to be wary of that, knowing first time in the distance for most of them, you want to have something in the tank at the 400-metre mark. El Patroness will go forward from that inside gate. These are not bad. 10 for Hinged, 11 for Gypsy Goddess, 15 for Honey Creeper, and there's a couple of horses on the outside, Charity Spirit and Chance Reward, who will go forward as well, allowing Hinged to be able to get over. Now, I'm a glass half full type of guy, so I've got her on the fence, but doesn't necessarily mean she'll end up there, but she'll be in that first 2 or 3 right there on the speed. Now, Honey Creeper, wasn't she great last week? Belted them. She's a stayer. And so I really think Hugh Bowman will go forward a little bit as well. And if the pace is really slow, it wouldn't be surprising if at some point he just goes, hang on a second, I'm changing the race. But I think that Honey Creeper will go forward and just get on the back. Plenty of time to be able to find the back of one, get your horse feeling good. and find rhythm. Gypsy Goddess will go just back. It happened at Newcastle, got too far back, but that was only 18.50. This is the mile on the half. I think it suits her nicely. So I think she'll go all the way back. So the barriers, while they can be a little tricky and complicated on paper, I don't think it's the worst thing for either of those three favourites.
Look at this money for Honey Creeper. Opened at $6. Now into $4.40 and equal favourite. Who do you like, Cam?
Well, as you know, I like about 5 of these fillies, and I've been a huge hinged fan. But Gypsy Goddess for me.
The Queenslander.
The Queenslander. I think this is the grand final. Again, I'm not saying I've got Mail out of the stable, but the connections have been fairly keen. This is her grand final. Too far back in Newcastle. That was only 18.50. 4 out of 5. Heavy track only concern, but I think she'll get it done.
I'm going to stay with Hinged. I think she was disadvantaged by the move to Newcastle last time. And I think she'll race right up on the speed and be very hard to beat.
Ooh.
I'm going a 4 out of 5, and I'm going to have a little saver on El Patroness, who I think will run a very cheeky race up on the speed. Now, Gypsy Goddess, can Willie Pike get his first really big Group 1 win since moving to Sydney? Leave it in the comments below.
Ladbrokes, this autumn racing carnival with the same race multi. Ladbrokes.